Your live interactive Weather Authority coverage will begin shortly. Your live interactive Weather Authority coverage will begin shortly. Your live Weather Authority coverage starts right now.
Well, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday, and hopefully everybody's having a happy holiday season. Hopefully you got a Merry Christmas. And of course, we are just a couple days, really a day and a half away from entering 2025, if you can believe it, almost to the new year. Feels like it really flew by this year, right? Well, let's talk about what we're expecting in terms of the forecast this week. If you're waking up right now or you're just looking outside, you've got the day off. It is very, very wet out there. Of course, we are very mild and, of course, quite soaking with the steady rain coming down. Some pockets of heavier rain out there as well. This is going to continue through midday. So for the next hour or two, we'll continue to see this rain out there, but things will improve as we head into the afternoon. And by sunset this evening, we should even see a little bit of sun making a reappearance. So it's not all bad news about the forecast today, although it is certainly not nice. And this is just not great for the ski resorts. Of course, it is definitely putting a damper on that. But otherwise, it is just very mild, very wet day today. We've got a mild and dry day tomorrow. So tomorrow's kind of the inverse to today. Going to be nice and dry out there on New Year's Eve. Then we've got our next system arriving for New Year's Day, bringing more rain and this time some mountain snow. That system looks a little bit colder. And then we've got some typical winter chill returning later this week. And Becky is saying it's pouring in Livermore Falls. Yeah, Becky, expect that to continue for the next couple hours here before we do dry out there this afternoon. So again, yes, the forecast remains fairly active through New Year's Day. But the good news is we are squeezing in a pretty nice New Year's Eve. So let's talk about what we're expecting. Again, here we are 2:30 in the afternoon, looking at our future storm tracker here. Notice most of the rain is done. So things wrap up pretty quickly today. We'll clear things out overnight tonight. It doesn't really get all that cold tonight either, or maybe a bit of a chill in the air on Tuesday, New Year's Eve morning. Otherwise, it is pretty quiet out there. Tuesday afternoon looks nice and sunny and mild with temperatures getting into the 40s, mid to upper 40s out there. Should be a great day for getting outdoors. In fact, tomorrow's kind of the pick of the week. Looks very, very nice, very mild out there. And then things do get a bit cloudy as we head towards midnight. But here we are at midnight. Notice there's rain. It's holding off, though. I think that we were going to squeeze in a nice midnight or ringing in 2025 here. So if you've got outdoor plans on New Year's Eve night, should be a-okay. However, I couldn't completely rule out maybe a brief shower right around midnight. And of course, after midnight, rain does become more likely. So as we head into New Year's Day, we're going to see rain and mountain snow. Looks like mostly just rain outside of the mountains. So you're watching from Lewiston, Augusta, over towards Freiburg even, or really even into the Lakes region. That's going to be mostly rain on New Year's Day. But up into the foothills and the mountains, there will be a decent amount of snow, and it will be coming down pretty heavily, it looks like, on New Year's Day morning, very early in the day, continuing through much of the day with everything wrapping up as we head into the nighttime hours Wednesday evening and into Wednesday night on New Year's Day, and then it looks pretty quiet as we head into Thursday. In terms of rainfall, today we're pretty much wrapping up the heaviest rain here in the next couple hours, so not much more left to fall. And again, as I mentioned, New Year's Eve itself looking pretty decent here. Mild temperatures, looks mostly cloudy. We're going to hold off the rain until just after midnight, so good news there, squeezing in a nice New Year's Eve here and a nice midnight to ring in 2025. So should be a-okay with that if you've got some outdoor plans. And it also, while it looks messy on New Year's Day, it isn't too terrible for most of us because, again, it's mostly just rain along the coast and even for inland areas. So it's rain, maybe some snow up in the mountain, or some snow inland and all snow up in the mountains. So just be aware if you're traveling up to the mountains on New Year's Day, there will likely be at least some snow. So again, not a major storm, but certainly could be some decent amounts of it up in the mountains, 6 inches or more. In fact, looks pretty likely up in the mountains with this system. And the higher elevations, very elevation dependent though. So there will be some spots that get, again, 6 inches of snow, but down in the valley, maybe 2 or 3 inches. Bethel, Rumford, probably just a couple slushy inches there. Again, those are in lower elevations. Higher elevations will do much better with this. places like Lewiston, Augusta, not expecting much accumulation. There may be a quick coating at the back edge here, or maybe just a quick coating in general with this, but I wouldn't expect much. This is just going to be mostly rain outside of the mountains. Now, the start of this week, the start of 2025, overall very mild, but chilly temperatures are set to return late this week and into the weekend, and very much so into next week. It does look very cold as we head into next week, and we will continue to see chillier air pushing in heading into next week. So pouring in Wilton, Farmington area, Connor's saying, and it's in the 50s there. So very, very mild, or at least in the 40s, may approach 50 degrees there this afternoon. So yeah, very mild day today, not near record or not at record highs, but not too far away from them either. As for snow potential, though, as we get into next week, remains too early to be seen whether we get any significant storm. The only thing that it is going to do for sure is get pretty cold, and probably not even all of that cold when it comes to January. It'll be cold, but I don't think it's going to be anything too extreme here for Maine. So here's a look at our 7-day forecast. Rain today, temperatures in the 50s, mix of sun and clouds tomorrow with highs still very mild in the upper 40s for New Year's Eve. We ring in the new year with quiet weather. However, New Year's Day does look very wet with steady rain through much of the day. And then we will be quieting down for Thursday. Thursday, though, is very windy. Just be aware of that. On the second day of the new year, it looks like quite a windy one. Notice how temperatures are gradually getting chillier, really just typical winter chill as we head into the weekend. Highs back in the 20s along the coast by Sunday, although for inland areas, we're back in the 20s as we get into Saturday. Single digit Saturday night, and then we're in the low 20s on Sunday. So again, nothing too major with any of the storms we're seeing this week. Maybe the mountains getting a decent amount of snow on New Year's Day. Otherwise, it's just rain for the rest of us and then turning colder but remaining dry through the rest of the week. So hopefully everybody has a great rest of the day. Have a great New Year's Eve, a great New Year, everybody. And yeah, hopefully for the snow lovers, we can get some snow in the next couple weeks. And if you like mild weather, well, enjoy the very nice New Year's Eve that we're going to be getting across the state. So have a great rest of your day, everybody. And again, have a happy New Year. And of course, we'll see you right here in 2025, tracking whatever comes our way in terms of the weather. So happy New Year, everybody.
Live, interactive CBS 13 and Fox 23 Weather Authority coverage for your next Maine adventure has been sponsored by Rennie's.
Rennie's, a Maine adventure.